Sports.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with their opponents. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. If you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken in at the 3. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead you give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Looking to throw. Edmonds. And over the middle here, Amaro. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down, and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Shoves him away, breaks the tackle, now an alley, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Right back to him on. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too
fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st down, Edmonds. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Edmonds. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Edmonds. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A a great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Aviators are back within a score. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Down at the 26. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Going for the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
London about set to take over on offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Throwing on first down, Edmonds. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The play fake. Edmonds. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football. 5 yards remain on second down. Off play action. Edmonds. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Edmonds. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that's going to tie us at 13. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
London about set to take over on offense.
And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave him some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
So a little little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Edmonds. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Off the bootleg, Edmonds. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Let's go. Complete to number 27.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Edmonds. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Edmonds. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Edmonds firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Off the play fake. Edmonds. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this one is right through. And with it, they have taken the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Taken at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Back to throw now on first down.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. A good hands there defensively, and second down.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw again. He's going to air one out.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 20. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Complete to Amaro on the right side. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Looking to throw. Edmonds. He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail in that one.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Edmonds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
15-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. But it's another field goal. It's 3rd of the game. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but does bring them level now.
I like how you put that in there that brings them level, right? Because if you're talking about kicking, bringing that soccer analogy in, I love that one. I love that one a lot. You don't want to go for it on 4th down and come away with nothing, right? Go ahead and kick the ball. Make sure you get some points. Even if it's a safe call, I think it's the right call.
London about set to take over on offense.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on 2nd down. Edmonds firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a gain of 7.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Off the bootleg. Edmonds. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go!
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Back to throw. Edmonds. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down. Edmonds. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are going to take the lead.
And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to go kick or trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field.
That's it, baby.
We'll check on his status when we get back. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field, D. 57 for 4.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he stays up. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Looking to throw on second down. Edmonds.
Complete to number 82.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This offense so far on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there on third down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 1st and 10, Edmonds. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Looking to throw. Edmonds. And that is incomplete. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 11.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Vikings on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the 1st by a few yards. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense called, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A
heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
10 yards to go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
To number 83. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 35-yard line.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
And if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
He's taken down at the 50-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
He's brought down at the 31.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our visitors, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.